Hello and welcome, folks. This is Pat Gage. Continuing our series here on syndicating a deal step by step. We're now in part 7. Amazing. We're rocking and rolling here. This one is submit a letter of intent, and we'll talk about this right after we cover the disclaimer. If you've been watching the video series, yes, you know we have a disclaimer. This is not an offer to sell or solicitation of an offer to purchase an investment or security. I'm not a licensed broker. I'm not a licensed CPA. I'm not a licensed accountant. I'm not licensed anything. The only license I have is a driver's license. Seek professional help, folks. Not that you need it, but just seek it, okay? This information is for educational purposes only. It relates to a possible real estate opportunities for qualified purchasers who have established an existing substantive relationship with Pat Gage and or the Block G Group, LLC. Natural persons qualify as investors by virtue of such pre-existing relationships and by proof of business experience, income, and net worth. Okay, and again, kind of just go seek help. This is a 5,000-foot level on the syndication deal. Basically, syndicating was basically private money lending, which we've been doing for 25 years. But it's a clique say way of saying syndication. Okay, so we're going to cover the letter of intent. So now, if you watch the other videos, and we're kind of getting down here, and we got a building that we're looking at. Got an opportunity we're taking a look at. We're going to submit a letter of intent. Right now, this may be different from those in residential real estate. Residential real estate, typically they don't do a letter of intent. They do a purchase agreement or a PA. In commercial, letter of intents are pretty normal. Let me first give you a definition of what a letter of intent is. It is a non-binding agreement stating two or more parties, okay, desire to enter into a real estate transaction. And I guess the first thing you're probably going to say, okay, wow, if it's non-binding, why am I even doing this? Basically, this is like a dance, folks. Commercial real estate is like a dance because it's very expensive to do the test and the due diligence and stuff like that. So we want to make sure that our partner is on the same page. Where in residential real estate, it's pretty cut and dry. It's there's the house. It's single family. There's 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. In commercial, you got a lot more to work with. So we start to enter into this transaction. We want to make and float a balloon, like we like to say, is if we're on the right track. It provides an outline of the proposed transaction so the parties can negotiate before committing to a contract, because both sides in this contract understand and know that this is a lot of money to move forward. We're engaging attorneys, we're engaging probably several attorneys, SEC attorney, a real estate attorney, title companies, a lot more people on the team than in residential. Okay, we get due diligence companies that come in, so that's what we do. So that's the reason for this. So now what we do is, what is in the letter of intent? What is typically in the letter of intent? Again, this is not an be all and end all list. This is what we use, and just kind of, you can get a letter of intent probably from your local RIA. You can also get a letter of intent probably from your attorney. Just the basic information, the seller and buyer's information, what LLC. And again, I think it was video 3 we looked at this, as far as what entity or sponsoring entity you're doing. And again, this is really the caveat in commercial real estate. We're not out buying these in our personal name. We're buying these in an entity, okay, or an LLC or an Inc. Your buyer is Pat Gage, authorized agent of XYZ LLC. That's how we do things in commercial. We're not buying in our personal names. We have the broker information, if any, if you're using a broker. We look at the price information, and this is kind of really getting is, this is where you float a balloon. And again, before this, you would have talked to the broker and kind of talked with him, and walked him through your spreadsheets and said, okay, here's what I'm thinking. This, the numbers are telling me this. So when you get to this formalized state of letter of intent, you've already kind of massaged the broker. If you're dealing with a broker, if you're dealing with an owner, you're kind of, getting things, kind of finalized. The reason I say that is you don't want the price to scare them and say, "Oh my, where'd you come up with this? Oh my, you guys are crazy." You've already kind of breached this question with them, and this is kind of, "Hey, listen, let me shoot an LOI over to you. You think on it this weekend. Let's get something in paper so we can make sure that we're on the same page. The financing, if you're going to have any contingencies or any financing, if the seller's going to finance, you lay that out. Here's what we talked about. Are you sure?" And basically, it's really taking good notes. This is really what this is kind of getting stuff down on paper, because sometimes people forget what they said on the phone. They forget what they agreed to. Again, this business is, you can make a lot of money, you can lose a lot of money. I'd rather make a lot of money, and cover my CYA, cover my assets, with stuff in writing. Earnest money. What's the earnest money going to be put down, on this? Is the seller going to hold back, or is the seller going to participate? That kind of stuff. The due diligence period. How long is a due diligence period? If you guys discuss several different due diligence periods, and this happened to, on a property that we were looking at, the guy thought we were going to close within 30 days, and I'm like, okay, whoa. It was a self-storage facility. It was, over 200 and some units. And, I said, well, we batted that around. And I was like, there's just no way that I can get everything done in 30 days. But again, you do it at this stage here, it brings things to light before we get too far down the road where we can't back out. And we talked about 30 days. We also gave you 90 because of A, B, and C. Oh, yeah, 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 that's right. Okay, we had stuff in writing. Again, remember this, because again, a lot of times I'm talking with a seller. uh, a lot of times I'm talking to the seller, and he's either busy, or he's got me 10 minutes out of the day and he's going to talk. So if I don't take good notes, they may or may not remember. Closing and timing. What's the timing in the closing? When are you going to close? What's the timing? Again, if he's got a 1031 exchange he's working on, and you're looking at taking 90 days, and he said, well, wait a minute, I need to be, at 62 days. Okay, that's, you need to do, okay, we need to renegotiate, or the deal's not going to go through. Again, getting stuff on paper, getting it to the seller and the brokers, it puts everybody kind of on notice. This is what we're kind of intending on doing. This is our, we're going to go forward. This is what the contract's going to look like. And that's what you really want to do, is keep that stuff on there. You will have several versions or counter offers of this LOI. Okay, so the first one you submit is really not going to be hopefully it will be, but you got to be realistic. This is, like I said earlier, is like a dance. Okay, don't lead with your best offer. And that's the best advice I can give you, folks. If you know that you can pay XYZ, don't start with XYZ. Start way down here at an offer that's just going to offend the guy. Okay, I'm not saying that literally, okay, but figuratively, get down, way down. Have that upper limit. You're going to, I cannot cross this threshold. Have a bottom line offer, and you don't go past. And then your spreadsheets and your due diligence should have told you that before you get into this stage. Okay, so you've already done your due diligence financially. Okay, this is what I can pay, this is the repairs, this is where we're going to go, so you don't lead. So the letter of intent is kind of a dance. And again, like I said, the several different versions, you're going to go through several different versions. He's going to not like this, and he's going to cross it off. And again, if you document it, it's a lot easier to understand where you're going. From my experience, follow your gut. Okay, the times that I did not follow my gut, that said no, don't go to this price, or don't buy this property, I lost lots of money on one transaction alone, over $40,000, which we won't talk about. But that's just if your gut says, you know what, no, I know the seller needs $2.9 million, but all my math and my spreadsheets down here say it's 2 million. Follow your gut, because you know why? You're going to be living with that for a lot longer than you think, folks. Just because, again, that's the reason for the letter of intent. Get things on paper, get in front of them, and say, okay, here's where we're going. This is what we're doing here, folks, and this is where we're going to go to the contract. So you can kind of Get things in writing. But as always, folks, you know, engage your attorney at least with the initial template of the LOI, if nothing else. And you can get one from your mentor or from a RIA group. That's good. Make sure that you're covered in your state or the state that the property is in. Again, so if you're crossing state lines, they may have LOIs or stuff that they do. What I would do is, hey, Mr. Broker, do you have a letter of intent that you guys use in Georgia? Oh, yeah, yeah, hang on one, I'll get it to you. Or, hey, no, we just, here's what we need on it, boom, boom, boom. And again, it's non-binding, but you don't want to, put too much information in there that's not needed. And again, consult a professional. Okay, always consult a professional, folks. Either your mentor, your realtor, your broker, your attorney. And again, the best way to do it is, ask the broker or your attorney and say, hey, listen, what can I use? Even though it's non-binding, you don't want to waste the guy's time. You want to be direct. You don't want to put so much information in this letter of intent that they just get overwhelmed. You're looking for price, you're looking for terms, you're looking for closing, and that's kind of the three things you're really looking to get hammered down. If, again, going back to the example, if you're at 2, he's at 2.9 and you're at 1.9, that's a huge difference to cover, and that typically doesn't get covered. But again, it could with, hey, Mr. Seller, I see you want this. I can make this work with you carrying back a second. We can do this deal if you let me carry, you carry this much for 5 years. you know and that's the reason for the letter of intent. Well, listen, folks, I appreciate your time and energy, and thank you for watching these videos. Please stay tuned for your next video. We're going to talk about the purchase agreement next. And again, I hope you enjoy these. Obviously, these are quick, short videos. This is not a end-all, be-all. Just kind of gives you some of the steps where you can take this and move on in your business, and move it to the next level. And always, knowledge is power. Go out there and learn as much as you can, and go from there. But listen, let me take a couple seconds here to kind of tell you what we're doing. We are in buying mode. We are looking for multifamily properties and self-storages all over the United States. We are in buying mode, as I said. We're looking and doing due diligence on several different deals. And the best way to find out about those and get an idea of what's going on with us is sign up for our newsletter. Now, don't worry, we don't spam you. We find it very hard to get out one newsletter a month with the goings on because we are so busy and doing several different things. So it's typically one email a month out. Kind of gives you an idea of what we're doing in the market industries, and kind of keep in touch with us. So sign up for the newsletter. But right now, I'd like to take a couple of seconds as well as kind of see, how can we help you? Are you investing in multifamily and or self-storage? Are you got a property that you need possibly a JV partner on to get across the finish line? The numbers look good, and you just need that extra oomph to get it across the finish line. By all means, take a look and see us and contact us. Or you got something under contract that you just really have no intention on owning. You just want the big fat referral fee. Well, definitely give us an email. That's my personal email. Love to talk to you about it. Love to look at it and see what's going on. Again, we're not soliciting any offers. We're not doing them. Just, I would like to meet people if we can. That's my personal email. It's pat@opportunitycreator.com. And basically just shoot us an email and see what we got and see if we can do business together. It won't hurt. You never know. If it passes our muster, we'll take a look and see if we can do business together. But if nothing else, definitely go and sign up for our newsletter, and that's at opportunitycreator.com. Again, like I said, we only do one news or one email a month, but if we do have an opportunity available, that's where the opportunity would go out, and then we can start the process of signing up and subscribing and stuff. But we typically only one email a month. There's my personal email. Give me an email at pat@opportunitycreator.com. And if you're in the southeastern Michigan area, Love to sit and talk with you. Love to be around like-minded people. Give me an email. Maybe we can meet up for drinks or dinner, and just kind of see what's going on and see what's happening in the different parts of the country. I kind of say if people travel here, it's not like a Florida, but if you're in southeastern Michigan, love to talk with you and get together with you. But listen, thank you very much for your time and energy. I hope you've enjoyed these videos. Please leave comments below and visit and sign up for our newsletter, and then we'll see you on the other side. Thanks, folks. I appreciate it. Have a great day.